Hi guys, welcome to my equipment-free bar class. You don't even need a bar, but if you would like a chair or something to brace yourself with, feel free to grab one now, and we're going to get started with a warm-up. So, starting with squats, shoulder distance through the feet, and we're going to go full range down into our squat. And we want to reach the arms forward to create a counterbalance. So the more you're reaching, the lower you can go. As always, when we're doing our squats, we want the weight in those heels, keeping our knees protected. Now, throughout bar class, we're going to be very mindful of our form, specifically in a few areas. One, alignment. We want to make sure everything's aligned nicely. Also, core engagement. So I want you to pull your abdominal muscles in nice and tight, and always just remind yourself to keep it squeezed in as much as you can. Another thing we want to focus on is posture. So every time you stand tall, get tall, grow an inch, lift up through the crown of the head. All right, we're going to add a lunge. As you stand up, step back with one foot, bend, back to our squat, and switch legs. Keep alternating the legs with a squat in between. Posture here. Keep the chest up in those lunges. We're going to do one more on each leg. Beautiful. Bring it on up. Now we're going to move into some sumo squats. So we're going to go a little bit wider than shoulder distance, toes forward. If that's uncomfortable, you can externally rotate them a little bit as well. And again, full range, down and up. Weight in the heels. Big reach forward. Now remember, as we go through these exercises, you don't have to go at my speed. Move at a pace that works for you. It can be faster than mine, slower than mine. Just always be mindful of that form. Hold the next one down. Deadlift. So now we're going to straighten the legs, reach down towards your mat, and then bend the knees. Keep alternating between the two positions. Weight stays in the heels. You want to be feeling this in those hamstrings. And if it's uncomfortable to straighten the legs all the way, by all means, you do not have to. Let's do two more. Back to that sumo squat. Now we're going to take the hands to our hips. We're going to bounce low, rotate your toes out for a plie. Forward and out. So just pivot on those heels here. Core is tight. Feel the burn. Hang out in plie here. All right, now into full plies. We're going to round the arms to come down. Open the arms to stand. Bend and stand. Really squeeze those glutes at the top right here. Squeeze big. Press your hips forward. Back is straight. And then you can use those arms as much as you want. Really squeeze the muscles here. Hold your next one down. Now we're going to twist to the right. Lift your heel and twist. Come back center and left. Keep alternating. Keep the hips low. Feeling those obliques here. One more twist in each direction. And bring it up. Next, we're going to bring our legs back shoulder distance. We're going to go into a squat, and then we'll alternate curtsy side to side. So all the way down to squat. And when you stand up, cross one leg behind the other and bend for curtsy. Back to squat and curtsy the other way. Just keep alternating here. Now for forming your curtsy, there's a few things you want to keep in mind. One is your hips. Make sure your hips stay forward and that you're not twisting here. Good. Sometimes if we cross too far, we get that twist through the hips. Also, the majority of the weight will stay on the front heel, so you don't have a lot of weight in the leg that's crossing behind. Keep it up, guys. Check your core. Check your posture, especially in those curtsies. Bring the chest up. We're going to do another curtsy in each direction. And bring it all the way up. And now lift one leg up. We're going to do some side lunges here. Step to the side, bend the knee you just lifted, and then pull it back up. Reach and lift. Reach and lift. Your standing leg will stay straight here. Your hips are shooting back, pushing into the heels. Reach with those arms. Remember, that's your counterbalance. Big reach means lower bend. Hold the next one down. All right, we're going to hold here and just add some arms. Reach down for your mat and lift. Tap, lift. Keep the weight in that bent heel. Bent leg heel, I should say. Draw your belly in tight. Suck it in. 2 more. And bring it up. We're going to switch sides. So pull the other knee up. And when you're ready, step and reach. And lift. Reach and lift. Again, feel free to change your speed, especially if you feel your form slipping. Form trumps everything, in my opinion. You want to make sure that you're moving nice and aligned. You're aware of everything. If you ever get too fast, sometimes you get too sloppy. But we definitely don't want that. Good. Remember, standing leg stays straight here. We're going to do 2 more. Holding the second one and then adding the arms. Reach down and up. Navel draws in. Weights in the heels. You got it. Keep going. We're going to go 2 more. Reach, reach, and bring it up. Beautiful job. We're going to move on to a little bit of upper body work. Since we don't have equipment, we're going to be doing a lot of plank work here. Feel free to modify these if you need to, especially if you have any shoulders or wrist issues here. But we're going to begin with crane. And crane is a great way to get your heart rate up if it isn't already. So what we want to do is start by lifting one leg up and then take that leg back. And we're going to come down for our plank here. Switch legs. And now as you come up, bring that leg in the back all the way up. Good challenge for balance. And then take it back down. Switch legs and bring it up. Keep it up. You can do this as fast or as slow as you want. Make sure you're hitting a nice, good plank as you lower down with those shoulders stacked over wrists. We're going to do 2 more cranes. 1 more. And then take it back into plank for a hold. Shoulders are stacked. Belly is tight. Neck is long here. For some reason, we always like to look back at our toes in our plank. Keep looking straight down here. Take a couple deep breaths. Squeeze the top of the thighs. Squeeze the glutes. That'll always help with form here. All right, now we're going to open our legs outside of our mat for shoulder taps. Tap one shoulder and then the next. If this isn't working for you, feel free to hold the plank. You could even drop down to elbow plank and hold a plank there. Squeeze the legs. Two more taps. Then walk the feet back together. Now, we're going to walk the hands back to the feet. Walk it back out. Bend the arms, squeezing the elbows in tight. Now, all the way to the mat. Uncurl the toes. Lift up. Squeeze the elbows in here. Lower down. Press all the way to plank. Walk the hands back. Good. We're going to do that again. Walk the hands out. Lower down just like a tricep push-up. Lift the toes and hands, squeeze the legs long, take it down, press to plank. Walk the hands back. Keep it up. These are a challenge. Squeeze, lift, lower, press. Walk those hands back. Let's go for 2 more of those. Take it out. All the way down. Lift, lower, press. Walk it back. And again, take it out. Lower down. Lift it up. Lower down. Now, I want you to keep the knees down. Just press up. We're going to go into some push-ups here on the knees. Draw the belly in. Keep the neck long. Bend, squeeze. Squeeze those arms in tight. Focus on tricep here. Three more push-ups. Pull it in. Final one. And take a quick child's pose to stretch it out. All right, we're going to flip over onto our backs and we're going to do some tricep dips. All right. Feet in front, hands behind, fingers pointing to your bottom. On your tricep dip, your goal is not to tap your bottom because you can do this all day long and not even work those triceps. So what I want you to focus on is a bend in the elbows. So bend, press, bend, press. Good. Keep the feet flat. Focus on bending and pressing. Let's try 3 more. Fantastic. All right, guys, we're going to go into some lower body work down here on our mats. Let's go ahead and start with some quadricep lifts. So I want your legs to extend out, hands by your side. Now, the way you want to modify this one is by leaning back, and you can even drop back to the elbows if you'd like here. The more you're seated upright, the more challenging this is. So we're going to start with our right leg, and we're going to lift and lower. Focus on posture. Shoulders are down, crown of the head's lifting up. And I want you to really stretch out through the toes here. Don't bend the knee. As fast or as slow as you'd like. Hold the next one up and now halfway down and lift. Keep that leg long. You should feel that top of the thigh here. All right, we're going to hold our half range. Lengthen, lengthen. Draw the belly in. Drop the shoulders down. And now for our pulses. Teeny tiny pulses. 3, 2, 1. Switching legs. Lift, lower, lift, lower. We always begin with that full range movement. Then we'll move into our half range. We'll hold and we'll pulse. Stretch it out. Good. So as you can see here, I'm not pointing my toes. This is a good option if any of you get foot cramps. You can spread the toes and just point through the ankle. If you're fine pointing, you can also lengthen with pointed toes, whatever's most comfortable. Keep the leg long and straight. Next one, hold up, and then we're going to lower halfway down. Don't bend the knee. Hold half range, check your core, drop the shoulders, and pulse it up. Three, 2, 1. Roll to your side. We're going to do some abstract lifts. This focus is going to be on the hip. So we're going to drop down to one elbow. Your bottom knee will come forward and your top knee will come back. From here, we're going to lift and lower. I like flexed feet here. Watch out for the foot dropping lower than the knee. Try to keep a nice level lower part of your leg here. Your ankle should be even with your knee. And then also watch out for that knee wanting to come forward. And that's common here because the hips don't get a lot of action. They get a little bit weaker than other parts of the leg. So our body also always likes to slip out of position here. Just keep the knee back. Keep the foot level. Hold your next one up. And instead of moving half range, we're going to make little circles. So come forward, up, and around. Not big at all, just a little circle. Good. We still want to keep that knee up nice and high. Two more circles. You're doing good. Hold this one up. Maybe you can take that knee back a little more. Check your core. And now we're going to pulse it up, 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 up. Tiny and quick. 3 and 2 and 1. Before we switch sides, we're going to do some inner thigh. So straighten your bottom leg and pull that bottom foot in front. Now, if this is not comfortable to have your foot down, you can also rest your knee down here. So we're going to work that bottom leg. Flex your foot and then lift and lower here. Another option, if you feel like, gosh, I'm barely getting my leg off the ground, you can come all the way down and you'll be able to get a higher range of motion here. So either position is fine. Good. Just keep pushing out through the heel. So this is another area of the leg that's a little bit underworked. We just don't get into the inner thigh very much. So it's important when you're doing your exercises to always throw in a little bit of inner thigh work to maintain balance throughout the legs. Hold your next one up, and we're going to do those little circles again. So circle forward, up, and around. Just little circles. Don't let the knee bend. Keep pushing out through that heel. Let's go 2 more circles. And hold the second one. Push out into the heel as much as you can. And let's move up, up, up. 3, 2, 1. Now we'll switch sides and we'll do the abstracts first. So your bottom leg will come forward, top leg will go back, and then we'll drop down to elbows. Flex the feet, lift and lower. Keeping the foot level with the knee. Good. Press down into the elbow. Sometimes in this position we end up down here. Try to keep pushing down to maintain shoulder stability. Again, check and make sure your knee's not traveling forward. Two more lifts. Hold it up. Now little circles, forward, up, and around. Keep the core tight. Of course, you can break anytime you need to. Nobody's watching, right? Then just hop back in when you're ready. 2 more circles. Hold the second one. Press the knee back a little more if you can. Check the core and the shoulder, and then we'll pulse it up. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. All right, crossing the leg. Remember, you can stay up here on the elbow or option to take it down low. I'm going to go low since I did the other ones low. And we're going to lift and lower here. Push out through the heel. Keep lifting. One thing you want to watch for here as well is not to let the toes turn up towards the ceiling or the sky. You want to make sure your toes are forward. That's a sneaky way the quadricep likes to help out those weaker inner thighs. Keep it up. You're doing great. 2 more lifts, and then we'll move right into our circles, forward, up, and around. Keep it in control. Be sure to pause in between each circle. That's a great way to maintain control throughout here. 2 more circles. And hold. Push out into the heel, draw in through the core, and let's pulse it. Teeny tiny pulses. 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Roll to your backs. Now we're going to work on the back of the leg, beginning with some drop kicks. So drop kicks are a play on the shoulder bridge. We're going to start with our left leg bent and our right leg up. And then we want to make sure that the left ankle rather, is right under the left knee. Go ahead and flex your right foot and then pull it in as tightly as you can. We're going to lift the hips up and then reach that leg out and stop when your thighs are side by side. Flex the foot, tap your hips, lift and reach. Tap the hips and lift. Keep breathing. Find a pace that works for you. So what we're working here, we're focused on strengthening the back of that left hamstring, and then we're stretching out this right hamstring. Hold your next one up. Add just the legs. Flex it up, point it down. Flex and point. Keep the hips up. Keep pushing higher and higher. One more. Up, down. Bring it down. Switch your legs. Flex your left foot. Pull it in tight. Right ankle under right knee. And when you're ready, lift up. Stretch that left leg out. Drop it back. And reach. Tap. And reach. Make sure your right foot is anchored in all 4 corners. You don't want to be lifting the toes or the heels. Good. Work in the back of that right leg. Feel the stretch in the left. We're going to go for 2 more. Big reach and big reach. Bring it down. Nice job. Hug those knees in. All right, we're going to roll it over. Continuing to work the back of the leg, we're going to do some donkey kicks. So onto your elbows. Knees are under hips. Belly is in. So what I want you to be very mindful of here is no movement in the back like this. Okay, so draw your belly in. Hold it tight, and we're going to squeeze our right heel in tightly. Now, when you're ready, push up through the knee. Just make sure you didn't move the back. And lower. Lift and lower. Push down through the elbows. Stretch forward through the crown of the head. The more you squeeze your heel in tightly, the more you're going to feel those hamstrings. Hold your next one up, and now we're going to cross, and I want you to take that right knee behind the left knee, and then lift, cross, lift. Good. Still mindful not to have any movement in the back of the hips. Two more. Hold it up. Check your form, and then pulse it up. Three, two, one. Let's switch legs. Flex your left foot, squeeze it in. Full range, up and down. Push down into the elbows. Pull in through the core. Keep squeezing the heel in. Two more lifts. Hold your second one up, and now add your crosses behind the right knee and lift. Tap and lift. Keep your hips level. Two more here. Hold it up. Press into the elbows. Draw in through your belly. Squeeze the heel and pulse it up. Three, two, one. Beautiful. Take a stretch back. All right, now we're going to start on some core work. So what we're going to do is begin with a hovering plank in which we will step back to a high plank. So spread your fingers, curl your toes, lift your knees up. Now walk 1 foot back at a time and then bend one at a time. Good. I want you to really keep your shoulders stacked over the wrist here. The crown of the head is stretching forward and the belly is pulling in. We're going to do one more. Walk it back, walk it up, and hold those bent knees. All right, now swing your knees side to side. Tiny little swings. Keep drawing in through the belly. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down onto your side for side planks. Good. We're going to do these on our elbows. Lots of ways you can play with your side plank. To modify, you can bend your bottom knee, and that'll give you a little support on your lift. Another way to modify is by opening your feet wider. The hardest way would be have stacked feet. So just choose an option with the legs that's going to work best for you today. And we're going to start by lifting up, and we're going to hold. Look up if you can. And I want you to feel that bottom oblique start to engage. Press the hips up high, lower your hand down to your hip, and now dips down and up. Hover the ground and press. Three more. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Switch it up. All right, choose the best position for your legs today. And when you're ready, lift up, look up. Good. Draw that belly in tight. Start to feel the bottom oblique. Bring the hand down to the hip. Let's add the dips down and up. Keep it up. 3 more. Push. 2, 3, and bring it all the way down to your backs. Continuing with our core work, we're going to pull the knees in, flex the feet. Hands are going to come behind the head. These are pedal pushers. So we're going to extend one leg at a time and then pull it back in. Elbows are wide here. And now make sure that belly stays flat. This is a good one to target the lower abs. So think about the area you're working as you're doing the exercise. Beneath the belly button. Good. Remember, option to always change your pace. I prefer, honestly, to move a little bit slower when I do my core work, just because it allows me to really focus on keeping the all the core muscles pulled in and make sure I'm not pushing them out. So don't feel like you're ever cheating just because you choose to slow down. That's not true at all. We're going to do one more on each leg. Take a rest. All right, we're going to scissor our legs next. So for this one, let's keep the hands behind the head because we're going to go right into crisscross. Right leg up, left leg out, and switch. Reach out through the toes. All right, add a crisscross. When your leg comes up, twist towards the leg and switch. Keep switching. Make sure you're not pushing out into the belly. Pull it in. 2 more. And rest. Next, we're going to do tuck-ups. Extend your legs out, arms overhead. Lots of ways to play around with a tuck-up too. One way to modify is not to lift the back, just lift the head, tuck the knees, and then stretch it back out. Another way you can modify is to keep the head down the whole time. If you choose this option, do the whole exercise with bent knees. We're just going to tap the toes and lift. Full version is to come all the way up, tuck the knees all the way down. So let's get going. Bring it up, take it back down. Now you can also hold the legs if that helps. 2 more. Nice job. We're going to go into windshield wipers. Take your arms out to a T. These can be done with bent knees, especially if your hamstrings are tight. Great option with the bent knees, or you can take the legs all the way up. We're going to rock hip to hip. So right hip first, and then take it to the left, right, left. Make sure both of your shoulder blades stay on the mat the whole time. If the opposite shoulder blade pops off the mat, that indicates that you went a little too far with those legs. So just pull it back in. This is another one that is really great for those lower abs. So think about the space beneath your belly button. Draw it in nice and tight. Let's do one more each way. Nice job. Take your feet down to the mat. Walk them out so the feet are away from the knees, arms overhead. We're going to do some sit-ups. Come all the way up, sit tall, all the way down. Bring it up and bring it down. Grab behind the knees if you need a little assistance there. We're going to do 2 more, guys. You got it. We're almost done. Stay up on that last one. And I just want to thank you guys so much for joining me for this barre class today. I appreciate you guys and all of you watching these videos and working out along with me. Thank you so much.